Okay. Before we talk about, I look tired. If I look tired, it's because I am tired.
Me too. You look great.
Yeah.
Look
Oh God. Okay. Before we talk about our assignments and stuff tonight, let's just talk real quick about next week, because next week is the day before Thanksgiving here in the U.S. Some of you I know are not in the U.S. So this is posed to those of you who are. And I guess you guys can just throw your answers up in the text, in the chat window for me. So I have no idea what I'm doing on Thanksgiving. They keep changing everything around. So I am willing to hold class at our normal time. If you guys want to do that. If not, we can reschedule, but that's a little tricky as well, because of that schedule. So because I do have a class on Thursday, and so the Thursday folks usually get pushed to Friday. So normally I would put you guys on Friday, but they're going to get pushed to Friday because they're on Thursday. So
well, Pam, I'm not in the US, but the way I see it is if you're happy to do class, then I'm happy to do class, but I'm also not opposed to you having a day off.
Yeah,
thank you. That's very sweet. That's very sweet.
I'm opposed to you having a day off. No, I'm teasing.
I know. I am not doing a big Thanksgiving thing because
of
I don't even know if my family's going to be able to get here or not yet. They've just put us back down into a stricter lockdown and stuff. So I honestly don't know if I'm even going to be cooking or not. So I don't mind doing class because I know for one thing I'm not doing a big event. So the biggest event I'm going to have would be 4 people. So that's my deal. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're even going to do. Okay.
I'm flexible with anybody, whatever. I can do whatever suits you.
Because I know a lot of you guys out of country. It won't affect you at all.
No.
Okay.
Well, it's the day before, so
it's the day before, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down unless someone can't do it. Maybe they should chime up.
Yeah. So and you guys can always watch the recording if you can't make it. But I was kind of planning on going ahead because that's what I was thinking. So if you guys are up for it, I don't want you guys to feel obligated if you've got plans or whatever. So if you guys are up for it, I'll be here. Sounds like most of you are. So most of you are. So
oh yeah, I'm sorry, I haven't tried.
if like I said, if you guys need to watch the recording, we'll do that. It is going to be quiet this year. It's kind of a quiet. It's going to be a quiet event this year. So reminds me of Easter a lot. Easter was kind of that way too. So so we will see. I may or may not have family in town. We will see. All right. Okay. So that was what I wanted to ask you about. The other thing I wanted to say is that the guy that I put up there, the actual case that I put up there, that came from one of my students who's having some life challenges, as it seems like everyone right now is having some major life challenges and stuff right now. But the family was asking her for help. I guess the detectives were interested as well, at least looking for some guidance. And I know zero about the case, right? I know nothing because that's the way I look at every case. I don't want to know. So I literally know nothing about it other than that I think that they have a body. And so they're not looking for a location. And I just assumed that they were looking for, I think I asked for his name and it was either Brett or Brent. And so that's why I framed it the way I did, that we were looking for probably a description of the perp and a motive. So what I thought I might do is do a quick demo for you guys tonight, because I haven't had a chance to work on it yet. And so I thought, well, why not just do it with you all here, and do it live, and just do a little demo for you guys on how I would approach that and see what I get. I've had a rough week, so I don't know if it'll be accurate, but we'll, whatever.
Are you recording?
I think, yes, I am recording.
Okay.
So we'll do that the second part. The first part we'll go over your other assignment where I do know the answer. So that's what I was kind of thinking we might do tonight, if you guys are up for that. If you think that would
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
sounds
great.
It
Yeah,
sounds
thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
That does sound great.
Cool.
And Marty, I have to say, the other week when I wasn't here, you literally drew the guy I described, because when I was watching the playback, I was like, that's him,
Yeah.
the guy with the moustache.
That's a miracle because I can't draw to save my life.
It was
So
great.
you were given visionary eyes.
It was
Yes,
great.
there will be notes, by the way. I will be describing, but I won't be sketching probably. But we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see.
Thank you, Tasha.
That's
I
funny.
just had to let you know. I had to let you know. It was so funny when I was watching the video through and you hadn't got to mine yet. And I was like, that's him.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
That's very cool. Okay. So now where are we? Okay.
Masked open houses isn't.
All right. Okay. So there we are. Right, class? You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I have pulled up the wrong class before. They're going, who are those people? I don't recognize any of those people.
I remember.
So I've done it before. Okay. All right. The who, what, why, when, where. Okay. So because you guys were successful last week, and it seemed to be a good case because I was sort of emotionally involved in it, I gave you another one that I've been emotionally involved with, probably a little bit too emotionally involved in this one. This one is personal. And that's why I know most of the ins and outs about it so well, because I know the victim, actually.
No.
Victim has survived,
Oh,
Um,
wow.
it was a really pretty horrific attack, but wow, 18 of you killed in home. So we have a little bit of feedback. I'm going to mute somebody. Okay. Okay. Sorry, Karina. It always ends up being you because of where your location is. I think it just makes our sound go bonkers. Sorry. So I'm going to give you the feedback. I'll tell you the story part first real quick, and then we'll look at your sessions. And then I'll do a quick rundown on our guy. So I think there's another one. I think somebody else approached me and asked me if I'd give another case to you guys. But I've got to find that one too. Okay. You get busy, you'll get busy, you'll get busy. Okay. So where are we? All right. This is Amber. Her name is Amber Short. And her and her mother and a male friend were attacked in their home, viciously attacked, and left for dead. The guy was an ex-boyfriend of hers. He was in prison and had gotten out of prison. Apparently they had a restraining order, had filed a few restraining orders against him because he was threatening her and stalking her. And he got out and came to the house, broke into the house while they were home. Amber actually sustained the least amount of damage than her mother and the male that was there. So the male was a new boyfriend to Amber, and thank God he was there because he saved their lives.
Wow.
So the guy that broke in, I'll show you his picture in a second. He's mentally off. He encountered the boyfriend, and I can never remember his name. I feel terrible. I can never remember his name, but he encountered him. But first he encountered, I guess he snuck up on the mother in the kitchen and attacked her first. And she sustained most of the damage. He stabbed her in the abdomen, he stabbed her in the back, when she went down, he stabbed her in the neck. He was biting people. He had a bat. He was also hitting them. So he was just crazed and out of control. He went for the guy. The guy ran upstairs where Amber was to go to protect her, which was maybe not a good idea because the guy obviously followed him up there and attacked both of them as well with the knife and the baseball bat. So he took their cell phones. He left them for dead. He told them they were going to die. He left their cell phones. I mean, he took their cell phones so that they couldn't call for help. The young man was able to stumble down the street. He was able to get out of the house, and he was bleeding and injured pretty bad. He was able to get out of the house and stumble down the street to the gas station and get help, call for help. So so they were able to get medical help. They were airlifted to the hospital, and the mother, Karen, had several surgeries, but she survived. The guy survived. Amber had less life-threatening injuries. They've all been in trauma therapy to recover from the emotional trauma of all of it. So this happens to be my good friend Kathy Tarr, who runs the Search Foundation I do. This happens to be her sister and niece. So so this one hit home for me pretty hard. Somewhere earlier I'd watched a good video. There's the guy. Oh, this is the one I don't want to do. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys listen to this. It's very slow. Hey, I got a new computer. It hasn't come yet, but I ordered it.
Yay.
Yeah, one of the new Macs. Super excited. All right, really?
It's an incredible story of survival in Derry Township, Westmoreland County. 3 people stabbed, beaten, left for dead. Somehow, one of the victims made it to a store to get help. Ross Gadati joins us now with the details. Ross.
You know, this is a horrible story, no two ways about it, but it's also a story of heroism. First off, we spoke to family members of the victims as well as friends. They say the suspect in this case had threatened physical violence against at least one of the victims in the past. Tonight, all 3 of them are very fortunate to be alive.
I'm shocked that we didn't have a triple homicide by looking at all the blood and how severe the injuries were.
The person who allegedly created the crime scene, 26-year-old Nicholas Joseph McIntyre of Latrobe. Troopers say McIntyre broke into this dwelling in Derry Township with a knife in hand. The first person he ran into, Adam Rosson, a Canadian citizen who just happened to be in town for a visit, confronting the armed intruder, asking him,
"What are you doing here? Why are you here?" And at that point in time, Mr. McIntyre starts to physically assault him.
Rosson allegedly stabbed repeatedly in the back. The next targets of the attack, Aaron Short and Amber Short. Amber Short and McIntyre once a couple.
He hit these people with baseball bats, stabbing them, bit them in the neck and on their lips.
The knife-wielding suspect allegedly telling the victims repeatedly,
"People are going to die tonight."
As quick as it began, it was over. McIntyre fleeing the house with the victims' cell phones. 3 victims, perhaps minutes away from dying. According to police, Adam Rosson had been stabbed repeatedly, was beaten about the head with an aluminum baseball bat, had his face and neck chewed at by the alleged assailant. Somehow, he managed to leave the apartment and make his way down the street in an effort to find help. It was at this convenience store that Rosson got help.
I think he saved their lives.
McIntyre was taken into custody in these woods by some railroad tracks near the crime scene. A neighbor and a family member telling KDKA Nicholas McIntyre is and has been a threat for some time.
Well, he'll walk up and down the road and scream at their house. We've had incidents of him trying to kick their door in. Very, very dangerous person. They've been to court several times. My sister has a no contact order several times. He's been in jail several times, asked not to have any contact.
All three of the individuals injured in this case taken to Conemaugh Memorial Hospital in Johnstown. That is a level 1 trauma center and a very good one. Now, Rosanne and Karen Short remain in the ICU. Both have undergone extensive surgeries over the last 24 hours to repair the extensive damage done. Amber Short, the young woman who McIntyre was allegedly involved with, despite her injury, she's expected to be released from the hospital soon. As for McIntyre himself, he's basically, for not being released, he's held without bond in the Westmoreland County Jail. He faces 3 counts of attempted homicide. Reporting live in Greensburg, Ross Gidotti, KDKA News.
Okay, that answers most of your questions, probably. I will give you a little bit of follow-up in that they have moved. They couldn't bear to go back to that place, so they do have a new apartment. They had to buy new furniture because everything was ruined, and sort of start their lives over. Karen, who had suffered so much head trauma, had not been able to speak, and she's gone through a lot of physical therapy and speech therapy and all of that, and she's able to speak now. And so she's coming along in her healing, and Amber's getting intensive therapy, and poor Adam is back in Canada. You know, I was saying, you know, it's unfortunate. I think the fact that he was there might be what set this guy off, in some jealous rage or something. But I also feel like he saved their lives. So yeah, it's really.
This was only in August.
It was in August, yeah. I've had a rough few months, let's just say. This was a sort of a kickoff event to a series of things. But yeah, this was only the end of August. I think it was like, I think the 24th, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I write down August 24th as the time of that newspaper report that was in the background with the video.
Yeah, right. So it was right around there. I don't remember if the event happened on the 23rd or happened on the 24th. So.
Is there a mugshot of the perp?
So that was the mugshot that you saw. This guy's name is where'd it go? I have to put in. Yeah. So these are his Facebook pictures. Where did that mugshot go? The mugshot was the one that we saw on the news.
You're able to pause it on the video.
Yeah, it's on the video. His name is Nicholas. Where'd it go? Nicholas McIntyre. Yeah, Nicholas McIntyre.
So what does that article say? She says that Amber wasn't stabbed, but she was beaten.
Yeah.
He bit her really bad somewhere.
Yeah.
So she didn't get any stab wounds.
Correct.
Well, that makes me feel a little better about my assessment.
Which is an interesting thing, because whether he did that by choice of not killing her or attacking her as badly as he did the other ones, or what.
Yeah, it's a crime of passion for sure. Maybe he wanted to preserve her
Right.
appearance, but the others he wanted to destroy. Crazy
He's
mind.
still writing her letters from jail, saying he doesn't remember anything. I think he's just trying to set up an insanity defense. But he has contacted her. What was his name? Middle name? Jason? Jason? I don't know why this mugshot is so hard to find. It's not him. None of those are him. That's not him, right? I don't think that's him. The only place I've seen that mugshot is, holy cow. The only place I, the only place I've seen that mugshot is on the video. Okay. That's not him.
It's that crazy looking guy, because
No,
I thought his
it's not.
middle name was Joseph,
Yeah, I thought it was too.
but that's not him.
That's a different.
No,
That's somebody
it's a
else.
Different guy.
It's not be him.
Creepy.
It
Well,
might be
he's in
him.
Westmoreland County.
It is
Oh,
him.
maybe. Wow.
That is him. Oh my. Okay.
That's creepy.
Not that any of the other pictures are any less creepy, but wow. Okay.
That's particularly creepy.
Yes, I would agree.
As if it's been flattened a little bit. It looks out of proportion.
Yeah.
From the other photos, yeah, that's what.
So
Do we
I
know what
don't,
time
I don't
today?
think you can do anything to make him less crazy looking. So.
No.
Do we know when this happened? Was it late at night or?
From what I understand, it was evening or nighttime. So it was on a Sunday. I believe it was.
It says 2 a.m. in the newspaper report.
Of 2 a.m. because Karen said it was dark. She said it was dark in the kitchen when she encountered him. Because one of my questions was, how did this guy overpower 3 people?
Well, it says in the thing, and I'm quoting from the newspaper, that they were asleep, that Adam and they were taken after the 2 a.m. attack, and that they were sleeping in the chairs when he burst in through the kitchen door. And Adam and the mum went to try and stop him and push him back out, and that's when they got stabbed.
Okay. Because I knew Amber was upstairs. Amber was actually upstairs.
I will quote, early Sunday, Royston told police he was asleep in a first floor recliner and Karen Short was asleep in another chair when they were awakened by McIntyre bursting through the kitchen door. As the two of them tried to force McIntyre back outside, Royston told police he was stabbed multiple times in the back during the struggle. McIntyre then stabbed Karen Short in the chest, Royston told police. He told police that McIntyre beat all 3 of them with a metal baseball bat. You are going to die tonight.
Yeah.
Etc., etc.
Yeah.
And then he attacked Amber in her bedroom where she was beaten with a bat and bitten.
Yeah.
how unbelievably awful.
Yeah. And then he took off with their phones and ran out. So obviously they caught him fairly quickly. I think they had him back in custody within 24 hours. They had him in custody fairly quickly.
What's wrong with people?
So very, very, very bizarre. Okay. I don't normally get to give you a case where people survived. So there's that. They made it through. Okay. So, Deborah, thought she was here. You here? There you are. Oh, I can't unmute
There we
you.
go. I was muted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I murdered her, and
Most people did, but that kind of the assumption because, you know, I told you she was a victim. So,
but you know, the thing that got me is I had it happening in 1990. I don't know where I got that year, but it
oh,
just
wow.
that.
Okay. Saw a fiance, looked middle-aged, dressed in work clothes. So you made him a little bit older. Okay. Set up. You're gasping, strangulation, waiting for someone when she was attacked. Okay. Argument, revenge. Yelling at Purple, backing away from him, screaming at him. Was going to leave.
Yeah.
Good.
I saw her in a black coat in like on a sidewalk on the street and yelling at him. It was very strange.
Okay.
Yeah.
1990.
Well, considering the restraining order, she probably was many times on the street yelling at him.
Yep. Right.
I just seen a lot of gray.
Well, it's Pennsylvania.
Oh.
So, lots of gray, cement sidewalk, street, gray sky. Okay. Almost like a hired hit. Interesting. Okay. Is that your only page?
That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Well, you got some of this. You're not the first person to say a setup of some sort or feeling like she was set up. So that's interesting. Okay. And I struggled with this and I decided not to give you all of the victims just to make it less complicated for everybody and just have you focus on one. So that's why I only gave you her instead of all of them, because I think it's easier to just zero in on one than try to sort out. Because obviously this would have been a pretty chaotic scene. Okay.
Yeah, I just, when I looked at that photograph, I just got the 1990s for some reason. But that's interesting.
I did as well. I got 90s as well.
Oh,
So
really?
did I.
Maybe that's when she was born.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
It probably is when she was born. Yeah.
Or mine was 97.
Huh. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. That might be when she was born in the 90s.
I really stretched on this one.
Okay.
I don't know where I was going, into that dark place in my mind, I guess.
Okay.
You won't be the only one, Marty.
You won't, yeah. Let's see what happened. Someone she trusted. Okay. Close friend. More than one involved. Both female. Okay.
I saw two like sisters or twins or like they were
Twins.
just attached at the hip. Yeah,
So that's her and her mother, probably.
maybe. Unless he had a split personality.
Yeah, I don't know.
But look at that description. Blonde, dirty, like he had bathed for a day, decayed teeth, unkempt.
Yeah.
Someone knows him.
Yeah. Somewhere sandy colored, so okay. No blood on it. Yeah, this dude was biting people. That sounds like he was on one of those drug, what's that drug?
Spice.
Yeah.
The zombie drug, Spice.
Yeah, the zombie drug.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it? Because I'm like, that's what that reminded me of immediately when I heard that he was like biting them on the face and biting them on the neck. And I'm like, that sounds like he was on that zombie drug. Yeah. Okay. Hit over the head with a rock. Okay. Feels like choking. We know there was some of that. Stabbing motion by one girl bent over the victim. It's interesting that you're getting the
Just
other.
kept getting the girl, but I couldn't see their face. It was more like a representation. Like if somebody were to say he was really effeminate, I would go, oh, okay, well that maybe makes sense, you know, like a female energy around him. I don't know, it's weird.
I think you may have been picking up that there was another female victim.
Maybe.
A dark metal object with a handle, like a knife. Yes. Don't see blood at the scene. So that's your sub.
So that was just her. I didn't see anybody else.
Okay.
But she wasn't stabbed. That's why I asked if she was stabbed. She wasn't, so that makes sense a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
You know.
Daylight.
I got August. Yeah.
August, good. Okay.
This is way off. I don't know.
Well, there is a campus that's nearby because I also got a campus. So I don't know that that's.
So did
way
I.
off.
Yeah.
I got a campus too.
Oh, wow.
I got a campus too.
Oh my God.
No, I don't feel so bad.
St. Vincent's College.
You're not
and they
alone.
actually put out a notice when there was this attack for everybody to.
Yeah, I threw it out as the location, but I definitely got a campus.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Other people nearby, but not close enough to see what's happening. Interesting. Outskirts of a park campus. Upper body, okay. Curiosity.
Like, this is mental illness. This is why I was going into my dark soul, because there was just like no empathy. This was just, I wonder what will happen if.
Well,
that was a stretch.
I don't know. I mean, this guy's clearly psychopathic.
Yeah.
Didn't
There's also a lot of drugs in that area, so the spice theory is pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a lot of homicides, and they don't normally bite people. That's sort of a unique. That's a unique thing. Didn't comprehend the consequence of actually killing another person. Okay. Followed through on urges. I would agree with that. Okay. But you were definitely just thinking it was a female for some reason.
Yeah. I didn't see anything but these. It was almost like the twins in The Shining. You know how they're always like side by side everywhere they go?
Oh, weird. Maybe he's got a split personality. Maybe the whole letter writing thing saying, I don't know what happened. I don't remember anything.
I'm telling you. Anyway, interesting.
Okay.
I'll think about it, see why I went that way.
Okay. All right. Male, brown hair, 30s to 40. So I think we figured out he was 26. Not emotionally well balanced. That's true. Thin side, good. Smoker. You know he was a smoker in one of those Facebook pictures. Smug, arrogant, casual dress, lower arm tattoo. I'd probably see that. Oh, I'd probably find a tattoo in one of those pictures. Quick assault, yes. Dragging across the floor, physical body. Facial assault. Good job. Hands on neck. Cutting or stabbing. Chaos, surprise, and screaming. Good job. Wow. Why? Many reasons, but not reasonable. Her appearance, values, dislikes me, blocking. I'm going to turn this down and see if I can get rid of this feedback. Blocking his perceived goal. Okay, good. She did not provoke this action. Good. When dark, late at night, warm, out, leaves still on trees. Okay, not spring, not winter, maybe late summer, fall. Nice. Inside, not a commercial building. Good. Good job. Very good. Spot on. Okay. Good job, Mary Louise. Debbie.
I was hit and miss in various spots.
Okay. High anxiety from victim, difficult breathing. Anxiety attack from trauma, yes. Labored breathing in chest. Trauma-related crime, okay. Wide, large knife blade in hand. Clanging metal type of noise. I'm assuming he had a metal bat. I don't know why, I'm just assuming that.
They did say a metal bat
Okay.
in the thing.
Metal hitting something. Weapon was possibly dropped by perp, fell to the ground. Possibly a gun that was held. Roughness to the perp. How he handled the victim. Angry, aggressive, rough with her, okay. Grab the forearm. See hair being pulled. Okay, I think somebody else had said that.
I'm wondering if that's when he went to bite her.
Oh, maybe. Or the word rape.
I added his mugshot to the class, I don't know what you call it, the blog, the feed, if anyone wants it.
Okay, thank you. Arms held above head or tied. Don't see anyone else involved in the crime. Feels isolated, alone. Inside a building. Good, getting inside a building. College age, okay. she's young too. It's her age. She's like, she's young. And this is she's 23 or 24. She's young.
Do you know how tall he was?
I don't.
I think it said 6'5".
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's tall.
That's tall. Holy cow. I feel like there's metal in the surrounding staircase. Okay. Feels indoors, but empty. Metal, stairs. Okay. Can be connected to a college environment. Apartment type dwelling. Good. Okay. All right. New England connection. Location may have letter S or SS. Okay. You're on the right side of the continent.
That's a step in the right direction.
Yeah. Perp, tall, dark, wavy hair, possibly brown and kept longish. That almost, that long wavy hair almost sounds like Adam too. You guys saw the picture.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Lanky. Okay. Scruffy, heavyset eyes, lids.
Yeah, I had a visceral reaction to him when I connected in on this.
Yeah. Yeah, rapist stalker vibe. Okay. Thinner, lanky build, that's true. Hiding in the corner, lurking. So he did a lot of that before the attack. Complete lack of empathy, quiet, isolated. Feels like a release for him from his urges to stalk, prey, and harm others. Interesting. Okay. Her. Reason. Okay. Stalker. Okay. So there's more of a relationship there than some of you are getting, but you're obviously getting the idea of that stalker, predator, predatory, stalkerish, sexual vibe from him. Okay, 90. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this thing down below is completely separate, and I don't think it pertains to this, but it was a really vivid dream that I had about a confrontation like this week, but I wasn't sure if it was this case or the other or elsewhere.
Okay.
But I don't think it's this.
Right.
It was really vivid.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But we don't have to like waste everybody's time on it if they don't want.
Yeah, my son came out and said, no, man, I'm having all these dreams. He's been having a lot of crime-related dreams in the last few days himself.
Yeah, I have been having that. I'm sure a lot of people are in this.
Yeah. Okay. You got some good stuff in there, though. Liz.
Oy. Cat just jumped on the desk, scared me.
I guess I can. All right. Cool. Husband or boyfriend, good. Lover, stocky, round beard, light skin, okay. 4 or 5 inches taller than her, in his 30s, long hair, longer than normal, okay. Orange. I'm wondering if you're blue. I'm wondering if you're morphing in Adam.
I think so.
That long dark.
Mhm. Yeah, because it was long, but not past his shoulders.
Yeah. Orange or red shirt. Has a belly, has medical issues. Diabetes, angry. He was having an affair.
I was way off.
Okay. Then I got dark skin. Jamie or Jamie. Okay. Shot in bed. Lots of blood. Left her in her house, so she wasn't shot, but she was attacked in her bedroom. She was left in her house, meaning he didn't take her body anywhere. So you're right about that. He wanted to get rid of her. It's nighttime, September to October. Not far off, August. In her home, Pennsylvania. Miscellaneous pile. Killed by a lover. She has a daughter. He needed money. Okay, bludgeoned. Her soul's not at rest. Interesting. So she's alive. But yeah, she's in pretty intensive therapy.
It's only been 2 months, bless her. And you.
Yeah, it's only been 2 months. Okay, it was at night. Yeah. You're not the first one to say you wanted to get rid of her, which is weird. Okay. We got a couple things in here. You definitely, especially around the what idea, which is really good. Okay. I think you kind of morphed those two guys together is what I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Because he had more like, he did have more like brownish, strawberryish hair. And then that other guy had the long dark hair. Okay. All right, good. He's clearly angry. Good. Okay, Dina.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I keep trying new things, so just bear
Okay.
with
That's what we're here for.
things I threw away, things that kept bothering me. And it was really interesting because as I was doing that, I kept saying things that won't leave me alone. I was wondering, he won't leave me alone. And I should have written that because actually that went through my mind several times. But anyway.
Interesting. Okay. Stranger, male energy, dark skin, dark hair, large build, history of violence, and possibly conviction. Good. Tats on the arm. Good. Element of surprise shock. Good. Things that won't leave me alone. Her brother. Okay. Light skin. Longer hair. Good. Yep.
I didn't write that he was, oh yeah, large build and strong. I felt he was very tall and very strong.
Yeah. Violent attack. Yes. Assault and bashing, especially about the head. Yes. Lots of blood. Yes.
It was interesting. I kept seeing a knife, but I was tuning into her and she wasn't stabbed. And I kept seeing this knife and I'm like, what was he using it for? Intimidation? I kept hearing his voice saying like mean things.
Mean things?
mean things,
Yeah.
threatening things.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Ah,
He said, he
Yeah.
said horrible things to them. Like,
Yeah.
you're all going to die tonight. You're all going to die tonight, is what he told them.
whispering, menacing voice, giving him
Gives
instructions. He's telling them what's going to happen, things like that.
Large
So-
round heavy object and fist. So that's the bat, maybe.
Maybe. I was just trying to feel it, and then it felt like a rock, and then my mind was like, oh, he pulled her off the trail and beat her with a rock, so I threw that stuff out.
Okay.
I did.
Inability to scream or get away.
Mhm.
That's so interesting because we've had this conversation. Kathy and I keep having this conversation about how Amber froze.
Oh. I wasn't sure. It didn't look like she was bound and gagged. My mind kept making that up, but I just knew that she had an inability to scream or get away.
She froze. She didn't do what she could have done. She didn't do anything she could have done to prevent herself from being attacked.
She's just a young girl, she's a young woman. So
Yeah. So she just did the deer in headlight thing.
So my not sure won't leave me alone business is the muffled knife, because I knew there was a knife there, but I didn't see it being used on her. The home invasion, and that was something that I was shy about probably. And then I knew my mind was trying to make it a sexual assault, but it wasn't.
He probably had that on his mind, but
Dina, I was convinced it was a sexual assault.
Yeah.
If there was one thing I was sure of in all of what I wrote, it was that there was a sexual assault or a rape.
Right.
Wow.
And I don't know that there wasn't for a positive. I kind of think that he didn't have enough time for that, but
I went back and forth over a lot of things. Where I was just like, and that was one of them.
Yeah. Great.
But I kept going to that place where it's like, Dina, do you see evidence of it or not? Do you see it or not? And that's why I put it in that category because I didn't actually see it. Yeah.
Right. Rage, danger, opportunity, power. Good.
3 to 5. I knew it was recent, but I kept thinking it must be historic. My mind plays such funny tricks.
Yeah.
I knew it was recent.
Yeah.
But whatever. I knew that you guys were going to laugh at me if I said recent was 3 to 5 years, but I did it.
Yeah. 3 to 5 months.
3 to 5 months, yeah. Won't leave me alone. Daytime at a park, like she was captured off of a trail, and I knew that was wrong. But I kept writing, won't leave me alone. I just thought that was amazing.
Then you wrote her home bedroom.
Oh, yeah, that's where it happened, in her home bedroom. Because I was only focused on her, but I saw blood all over the house, and it was confusing, but every time I went to her, it was in her bedroom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
So those are my throwaways.
Grabbed in a park, grabbed on a street, daytime. Okay.
Or from a campus. In nature and a large stone. Yeah.
Okay.
But I did get the campus. I kept getting the campus, and I'm like, nope, she just looks like she should be on campus.
Yeah, I think I was channeling all your throwaways, Dina.
I think we were all channeling the same thing here.
That's interesting.
Well,
but yeah, it's good. You went back to the bedroom.
I think I did pretty good. I have a difficult time with certain things like when.
Yeah.
I'm noticing that that's one of my caveats is the when. Yeah.
I like how you
definitely takes practice. Yeah.
Rudu?
You stuck with the descriptors, and I like that. I think I'm going to start working like that. I think it's a nice way of steering clear of castle building.
I try to castle build, but then I keep going, just stick with the facts, Jack. And I make myself go back.
That's true.
It's like a song.
Athena, how do you identify the throwaways?
I don't, I just, at that point, it's a wild ass guess, you know, it's a wag. At that point, it's just kind of like, well, I'm going to stick with dark skin, even though I see light skin. You know, certain things I knew were true. And then at some point I just kind of stick with it because I have to come to a determination. But if I was working with a detective, I would never give them that information, probably. The things that I wasn't sure about. That's my point of view.
Thanks.
Whoever drew this, your picture is the older version of my picture.
Oh, is it? I drew the guy in the gas station, I think. Yeah, I got the guy wrong.
So the question, real quick, let me go back to that question real quick about throwaways. Throwaways generally are, I usually recommend that you have some column on your paper that you can put stuff in there that you're arguing with, you don't think it's right, you think it's silly, you think it's dumb, whatever it is, and write that stuff down. Just, it's like having a disclaimer pile, because a lot of times that's the stuff that's actually right. So I like for you guys to have a way to get it out and on paper and feel okay about putting it down. So if you put it down as this is something I feel like I want to reject, then you'll put it down and say, I feel like this is something I want to reject. But you'll put it down anyway. So that's what the disclaimer trash pile is for.
So like an AOL column?
Kind, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was asking the wrong questions, Pam. I kept focusing on who, you know, show me the killer, show me the you know who killed, where the body, where it was, you know, where it died, you know. Okay. I don't know if that has a big influence or not, but I didn't ask the right questions to get the right data for sure.
Okay.
So I just have to be careful how I ask the questions.
I actually like your sketch. I mean, you made him a little bit older, but you got the funny eyes going.
It's true. That's true.
Really high forehead. That guy has a high forehead.
True. That's true. 340s. Okay. Sexual. Almost everybody got that motive. What? A gardening tool. Oh wow.
Must have been his teeth I was seeing.
97.
Yeah.
Pam, do you think we're all getting sexual because he was so predatory?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. University campus.
And isn't that probably why there was so much rage and jealousy over the sexuality thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about a stalker vibe, is that it's tends to be that, right? It tends to be sexual and predatory in nature.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think so many of you picked up on that intention from him. Something he couldn't have, right? Because she's saying no. She's putting up boundaries. So it was something he couldn't have. Okay.
You know, I got really derailed at first because she looks like my friend's daughter, like so much. And it kind of derailed me for a long time.
That's why I didn't give you Karen's picture, really, because I was afraid some of you would recognize her. Because I've had pictures of her fundraiser and stuff up on my page before, so I was afraid some of you would recognize her. So that's why I only put Amber up there. But Amber was the focus of it. So what does that say? Okay.
Oh yeah, I had a house, not an apartment. I mean,
Okay.
the general areas like Pennsylvania, you know, I
Yeah.
used to live out in Pennsylvania by Pitt and in Pitt. Well, went to Pitt, but yeah, I got some sort of dilapidated blue building.
Okay. Yeah, you got your body inside a building.
Well, good. You're good at pointing out the positive.
You did. You got your little body. You got your little body inside a building.
Good.
Mountain snow. Okay. Abducted. University. Yeah.
You know, with the university, I'm wondering where did they meet? Because maybe there is a university connection to that.
There could be. He doesn't. I don't know what his. I'll have to find out what his. Yeah, I don't know where she met this character, to be honest. Yeah. But you got some stuff in here. I actually really like your sketch. If he was younger, I do. Okay.
Thanks.
Why? And picking up on somewhat of the motive. Okay, that's a hard thing to. That's a hard thing to get, the motive. Joni.
Hi.
Hello.
I think I was going with getting the mom on it, not the actual attacker, because I was getting like the swoop the hair swoops down over the forehead, and I could see the mom had like a cowlick thing that was going.
Yeah.
So I got the perpetrator wrong. So.
Female, long hair, blonde, but not sure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you may have picked up on the female and then not known what to do with it and just made her the killer. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I may not have had the right intentions either.
Yeah. So the
If we're-
intention is, I'm only going to see the actual killer. I'm only going to see the actual killer.
In the
But
photo, though, his nails are painted with
Huh?
nail polish. In the photo, his nails are painted with nail polish.
That's true. Manicured nails. You're right. He did that. He's got black fingernails or whatever he did paint his nails. Yeah. Hand grabbing hair. A lot of people have said that about him pulling her hair. Possible beating. Laying face down on the ground. Bleeding. Close up and personal. Hate. Good. Good. Love triangle.
Yeah. But where I was picking up on the female, I was thinking it's the boyfriend's girlfriend.
Okay. Well, it was a love triangle in a way. He wasn't part of the triangle, but he thought he was.
Yeah.
Boyfriend. The boyfriend knows the attacker.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking it was the boyfriend's girlfriend. So.
Jealousy and hate. Found the next day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And on my when, I didn't even think of day or month or anything. It's just like when, late at night. It's like, okay.
Okay. In her
So I
home.
didn't even try to narrow when it happened. Yeah.
Kitchen or front room. Good. Okay. That stuff's good.
And then of course this is wrong. And I was going with blonde, but my pencil wouldn't draw blonde, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I mean,
Can I
that
give
could kind of look like her mom.
If you want to draw blonde, just draw the outline of the hair.
Okay.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
feel,
because I was focused on drawing the the each hair thing.
yeah,
But yeah, that's true. Just do the outline. Okay.
yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, good work.
Okay, thank you.
Got some hits in there. Okay. I promise not to keep you guys on till 9 o'clock tonight. Or whatever we did, whatever it was last week.
Much
The marathon class.
Well, we go down in history.
It will go down as my longest class ever.
I went through a whole pot of tea.
Yeah.
Watching the playback, a whole pot.
Yep. I'm like, pour yourself a drink because it's going to be a long one. All right.
It was fun. Thank you.
That was fun, though. All right. Carol Ann. Beige, caramel skin, black hair. Okay, 20 or 30s. Groomed appearance. Okay. Beige, caramel skin, black hair. Okay. I think some of you too might morph that Adam kid with the killer. All right. I'm not surprised by that. Crime is rape. Homicide. Okay. Motive was jealousy, anger. Yes. Good.
Adam was heroic.
He really was.
He was heroic, I just have to say.
He really was. And the family has done so much to try to thank him. You know, they just feel so horrible. Feel so horrible that this happened. So 82 and 91. Late summer, early fall. Good. We got that part. Victim was killed in her apartment. Good job. Even though she wasn't killed, I mean, I'm giving you guys that because it was attempted murder. Strangled and raped by her ex. Wow. Rolled up in something like a rug. Taken to be disposed of outdoors. Oops. Okay. Good job right there, though. Killed in her apartment, strangled and raped by her ex. Okay. Definitely in the right ballpark there. Okay, good. I'm going to skip over you, Karina, until the end. Unless you gave me a nice, pretty summary. Okay, who, describe her, yeah, who, slim white male, late teens, early 20s, good, angular face, sharp cheekbone, nice, slim, narrow, pinched nose, small mouth.
It was really his chin. He had like a pronounced chin. You'll see when I do my sketch.
Okay. Small mouth and ears. T-shirt, full sleeves, blondish hair. He's got light brown hair, so I could see that. Blue gray eyes, medium height.
Now, I've put his shorter for a male because I felt like he was had little man syndrome.
Okay.
And then I go on to say that I think he's narcissistic, but I think that a lot of people thought he was really charming, but that I've put in brackets there that he's predatory.
Yeah. Predatory. Yeah. I don't know who would think that guy was charming, but maybe.
I just felt that he could turn on the charm when he wanted to, but he was predatory, really.
Yeah.
And I've put that there was another person involved.
Good.
I put second person involved and that someone knew about it and withheld information. It's like someone knew that he was going to do something and didn't. either
Oh,
didn't take it seriously or didn't say something.
Oh, wow. Okay. Kidnap, rape, sexual assault, murder, knife involved. Okay.
I've put at least used to threaten with.
Yes. Power, ego, narcissistic. Okay. 90s. Okay.
I've got 92, 93, and 96 was significant.
Okay. I kind of feel like she was born in the 90s, but I'll have to find out how old she actually is.
I think it said on one of the things she was 18 or something.
Oh, 18.
So not even close. I don't know why. I just
That
kept
might be
seeing.
right. Because I remember Kathy talking about how young she was. So. Mm.
Do you know what he drove?
I have no idea.
So I kept flashing on what I think was a shopping mall, but I kept also seeing like a boxy car that was dark, and I didn't know why it didn't fit in. I just knew that this car was significant.
Okay.
You know, in the old, maybe it's because he's stalking, but in the old, you know, in the old films, whenever they've got like a cop staking someone out, they're in like a dark car, like a station wagon or like a boxy car. That's what I kept seeing. But it was like in the old, you know, in films when they have like the old FBI agents are staking out and it's always like a boxy station wagon, or it was like, that's what I kept seeing.
Huh.
But I wonder if it was just the stakeout stalking thing now.
That is the one thing I don't know. I don't know what kind of vehicle. But if she's 18, her birthday, so she would have been born in 2002. So you have early 2000s. Flashing out shopping mall. Yeah, I don't know about the vehicle at all. There's a good sketch. Because I think he does have pronounced cheekbones and like an angular face.
But he looks like the younger guy. Christine Drew's like father and son.
Yeah. What was this guy's name again? Nicholas McIntyre.
I've put his mugshot in the group, in the feed.
Okay.
If that helps.
Yeah.
If you go to advanced site, that's the one. You might need to refresh it.
Yeah, it didn't show up when I looked.
Oh, it's not there.
Oh no, where is it? It is. If you go into the go into the lesson thing, it's there.
Oh.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh, where is it? I can see it. If I can't, it's there for me.
Oh, really? It's not there for us. Interesting.
How strange.
I couldn't find it either.
Oh, I tried. Yeah, it should be in the stream above your, above your link.
In the stream above my link.
I would take a photo to show you, but obviously I'm not loading photos properly. How odd.
Yeah, it's definitely not there for us.
Oh, well, sorry, I tried.
That's okay. I just wanted to look at his face again real quick. I know how to find it. This is one. Yeah. Okay. There's the painted fingernails. There's the cigarette sticking out of his mouth. He does have a big forehead. He's got a long face. Okay, I just wanted to look at him again. All right. Okay.
It's a little bit like Tom Waits in the picture on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Like a younger Tom Waits.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you, Tasha.
Not so great, but I've done worse.
Yeah. You got some stuff in there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Christine.
No.
She on here? Yeah. Someone who wears padding for sports or football, dominant, 6'4" or 6'4". There you go. Dark-skinned male, 17 to 20, lion.
I don't know why I kept seeing a lion. I guess an attack, maybe?
Yeah, that makes sense. Perp driving on mountainous curvy road.
I think I've got it into the chat, the picture, just if you wanted to look.
Okay. In the chat. Okay.
Put the same one up, Tasha, too. Like seconds before you did.
Oh, thanks, Marty.
Oh, thank you. White or gray truck, SUV, going too fast. Vehicle, head trauma. Okay. So you thought somebody killed her or hurt her in an accident.
Yeah.
But you got head trauma, which is interesting. Okay. Embarrassment, perp embarrassed to have victim as girlfriend. It's more like embarrassed for being shut down, probably.
Yeah.
Anger.
I don't know why I got like 2 dates.
Okay.
I put them both in there.
Okay. Sun Valley, Canyon. A for Allison. I don't know what the A. Oh,
Amber. Amber.
Amber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my throwaway stuff that I didn't write down, I had that it happened in a building in her bedroom, but I crossed it off because I wasn't sure of it. So
That's why we write down those trash pile things.
yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you were seeing him as African American or darker or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yes, write down those discard things. They always seem like, the reason we don't want to do it is because they don't fit in with this nice little story we're telling ourselves.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, exactly. We have this story going in our head and you're like, I'm not going to say that because that doesn't fit. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And we discard it. But it's those things that are so off key that are probably right.
Right. That's when I saw this mountainous like crash. I don't know, ran into something. I don't know. And then when I got down to the bottom, it was like, well, that couldn't happen in a building. So goodbye. It was wrong.
Yeah. You probably got my friend Kathy frantically driving to the scene.
Yeah, I did see that. This morning when I woke up, I had like a really weird kind of a vision thing of all of this, and I saw this car driving along this road in the dark. Just
that was probably Kathy driving, because she scares me on a good day.
Yeah.
She does. We have a constant battle about her scaring me half to death. But I could see her doing that after she got that call, and driving like that, on the way over there. So that's possible.
Thanks.
All right. Cheryl. Okay. Dark circles under eyes.
Yeah, I was getting like really bad, crazy eyes.
He has crazy eyes. You saw that one mugshot.
Yeah, I feel like I was actually drawing that because when I did the eyes, like they were actually very like kind of wonky and cross-eyed, and I was like, okay, this is not looking like a really good picture, so I need to redo this. I don't know what's up with my art skills today.
Okay. Yeah.
But I had a real problem with this one because I just constantly kept getting two things. One, this show that I'd watched once where there was this woman in her house and she got taken by an ex-boyfriend and like beaten and like held captive and stuff, but she didn't die, she didn't get killed. And then also like a mass shooting, like a school shooting or something, and it just wouldn't leave me alone.
And
so that really was. I did on the other pages. Well, I wrote the one of them down. I didn't write the other one down, but yeah, it's very frustrating. I just couldn't get rid of it.
There's probably a reason for that. Yeah.
But it wasn't a school shooting though. So yeah.
Right.
But yeah, just that kind of crazy,
crazy eyes.
And maybe that personality type though, or something.
Yeah.
Right. Baby face, round, chubby cheeks. Okay. Thought.
Yeah, that was. I kept thinking about this guy that I went to school with who had like this deformity that like it was very pronounced, and so then I was like, oh, does he have something like that then? But I couldn't really then see anything like that, so but it just felt like he like stood out or something.
Right. I don't know. He would stand out to me, but
yeah, and especially if he's 6'5", that's quite tall.
Yeah.
I kept getting these loud noises, footsteps, hiding.
Okay.
And that's where this school shooting thing come in. And then when I asked why, I just drew a head with the brain. Pointed to his brain, like there was something wrong with his brain.
Okay. Yes, there is something wrong with his brain.
Yes.
Show me details as to why the perp did the crime. And she just pointed to his brain.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay.
And I kept getting 5, like the number 5. So I was like, 5 years ago? Is that what that means? But then I was like hearing like iPhone 5 and iPhone 6. And I was like, what the hell?
Oh, well, he took their phones.
Yeah, well, when you said that, I was like, I wonder what type of phone they had then,
I know.
in case it was something like that.
Yeah, interesting. Because he did take their phones. Okay.
So I was getting stuff to do with the neck.
Neck. Purse. Okay.
Yeah, because I had a really bad headache, like my head felt like it was like being caved in or something, and my neck was really hurting.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You've got inside of you think it's a school, but you've got inside.
Yeah, because I couldn't get rid of that. And so then I kept trying to write it down, set this aside, because I think I knew it wasn't that. But and then like later on it comes up, I kept hearing the word multiple. So then I was like, okay, is it a school? Do I keep thinking it's a school shooting because there's just multiple casualties here? Like there's more than one casualty.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, maybe.
That's
yeah, and that was like my blood.
Yeah.
Like, and then when I was like, yeah, trying to draw this crime scene, it was just like blood everywhere. Like furniture and everything just had blood all over it.
That's what I heard. That's what I was told. Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's like I felt like she was trying to protect something, or like, and that's where, you know, I was getting this, like, someone shielding someone from an attacker, hence then thinking it was a school shooting or something.
Okay.
And I kept getting things in threes as well. So when you said there was 3 of them, I was like, oh, maybe that's why I was drawing the 3 things.
Okay.
And then just at the end, I was completely emotional and felt physically sick. And I was just like, I was really worried that it was getting too long. And so then I was like, okay, I need to like stop now. Because, yeah. And because I felt like I wasn't 100% right on the school shooting.
Right.
So I was just like,
you got the word innocent and you got the word multiple.
Yeah.
And then focus on the head. Yeah, you just built a little bit of a castle there.
Yeah.
Okay. But I like the crazy eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, I just felt like he had something in his eyes though, and I could. And so then I was like, "Is that hair?" Hair is not a strong point of trying to see with these people.
That's funny. That's my favorite part, is the hair.
I know, when you said that, I was like, right, you can do the hair, I'll do the other bits.
You can do the other
the
bit.
eyes. Yeah.
You can do the eyes. Definitely. Okay. Thank you. All right, Michelle.
Oh, short and sweet.
Okay. Male. Okay. All American, outgoing. Straight, short, brown, or dark blonde. Good. Medium athletic. You made him tall.
That was horrible.
And thin. T-shirt, jeans, sneakers. Strangulation, physical assault. Good. Arrogance, manipulation, overpowered, control, dominance, lack of empathy, lack of regard, narcissism. Started off as a joke, dare, or bet, got out of hand. Okay.
I was seeing it as people that got together at a party, and then she walked off, and there was a big, huge story, but I would feel like this is right, this is not right, this is right, this is not right. So it was ping-ponging back and forth with actual intuitive information and imaginative making up stuff.
Okay.
So I think next time I'm going to try and just write everything as you said, even the set aside column, and then actually see how I feel, or if I'm making it up, or if I'm actually sensing something.
Okay. Yep, good. Time of day, or how long ago? 23 years. Okay, daytime. So I can see why you guys all did that, because that picture does look old-fashioned. The picture of her does look old-fashioned. So I could see why you guys would do that.
Mm-hmm.
Describe the crime scene, the time of the murder. Personal residence or party gathering. Okay, good.
And
you
then here we go. Wrong. Correct.
And now we're going to go to the park or the school.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I wonder if so many of you guys were getting that because of him lurking around outside her place and looking at her and stuff. I'm wondering. I don't know. I'm just wondering.
At that point with the in the nature part, a trailer or whatever, it was definitely her being there, not him.
Okay.
So that was totally wrong. But I did get bedroom, that she was attacked in the bedroom, but I didn't say that because I'm like, how could she be attacked there? It was a party. Someone would have heard something. I'm like, oops, okay.
Yep. We have a bunch of clever ways to talk ourselves out of it.
Yes, so fun. Yeah.
I just had that conversation with my other class about how we will come up with all of these different ways to talk ourselves out of the answer.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
Okay, good. She may hike because she is Kathy's niece. And Kathy's always on the trail. So that's interesting. It is interesting that that came up for you. Okay, Chantal.
I'm here.
Okay.
So
College student, early 20s, mentally unstable. There may be some of that too with her. Dark hair. But, oh, you're describing the guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, okay. Early 20s, mentally unstable, dark hair. Medium built, thin, prominent Adam's apple. Okay. Size 10 shoe.
Go figure.
That's probably, this guy's tall, so maybe. Angular nose, eyes wide apart, thin lips, good.
And then it devolves from there.
Huh?
It devolves from there.
It devolves. Okay. Strangulation, rape.
No, rope.
Rope, plastic bag. Okay.
I think I'm watching too many series.
Wrong place, wrong time.
See
Okay.
that Scandinavian noir stuff.
Right. All right. 10 years ago, April 8th, 11 p.m., near a university building. Okay. Brick building. So there was brick on that building.
Yeah.
Outside landscape green. Okay. We got that too. Interesting. I wonder what is with the school thing. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of us got it.
I'm gonna have to ask Kathy what's up with the school thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Eerie.
You did a good job of describing him, other than you just gave him darker hair.
Yeah.
Okay. You just went off, Leah. You went off a little trail when you got to the rope and plastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Mike? Okay. Look at this beautiful summary. Thank you. Okay. She knew she was in a bad situation. She should have left when she wanted to. Had an opportunity. Interesting. Okay. Window kept talking to her, but he kept on talking to her. See them sitting at a table. Nighttime because lights are on inside. Not well lighted in the room they are seated in. No one else around. People are close by. Quiet. One of his moods, holding a paper in his hand. Bill, did not owe you anything. Been together for how long now? What would you do? You got yourself. So he feels like they're arguing. Okay. Okay, so he's got them arguing as if they were living together.
But in the perpetrator's mind, that is what's going on, if you think about it.
Stop putting your finger. That's true. That could be. You know, you could go to jail. Okay. She's worried she hasn't seen him like this before. Okay. So he's definitely picking up on the vibe of a domestic situation. Escalating. Okay. 8:39. Grabs her wrist. She tries hitting him. Okay. All right. This is control. Here's gasoline. All right. Pick something up heavy like a weight, which we now know is a bat. Heavy metallic item like a free weight or metal has weight, not shiny, bright in color. Good job. You're describing a bat, I think. She's gone already. Happened quick. Okay. Could be bloody foot imprints from his shoes. Yes. Happened, not planned. Lost control. Okay. Start of, I don't know what that says. Signs were there. Okay. Brownish hair, medium build, large hands, mid-20s, early 30s, job to job, doesn't seem to hold a job. Very good. Missing a shoe like it fell off. Okay. Wrapped in something. Okay. And there's our guy. All right, that's not a bad sketch of him. They just give him crazier eyes. It's actually a pretty good sketch of him. Okay. All right.
So I just looked up colleges. There's St. Vincent's College, 11 miles from the scene.
Got it. I figured there had to be.
Yeah. And she graduated this year from high school.
Right.
She just graduated, so.
Yeah.
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 I built castles. I just want to warn you. And I think my biggest mistake was assuming that it was the victim was dead.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of expected that, but that's the least of my worries. Whether you guys thought they were dead or not. Okay. Male. Into late 30s, slender build, sharp features, good blue gray, green eyes. D name. Nicholas, I keep forgetting his name. Nicholas something. Nicholas. She got Douglas. Nicholas.
Okay.
I hear Jay or Justin. His middle name is Jay.
Yeah.
Was his middle name Justin? Or Jason?
No, something else. Jason, yeah.
Joseph.
Joseph.
Joseph. Dull brown, blonde hair, good. Prominent Adam's apple.
Somebody else said probably.
Yeah, I
Adam's
thought about that too.
The other guy's name was Adam.
Oh, that's true. The other guy's name was Adam.
Yeah.
Good point. Joined to his hands. Manual labor. Okay. Drives a red vehicle. That I don't know. Knows the area neighborhood well. He probably does because he's been stalking her. Mechanic. Haunch. A couple people have said that too. Drinker. Brother.
The
Well.
torch aspect might be that he came at night.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. You mean a flashlight? We call that a flashlight. Yeah.
Okay, flashlight.
Not like a fire thing. Like, yeah.
I call it a torch too.
I know. I know what a torch is, but I'm teasing you. Weapon. Strangulations. Oh, you got the strangulation with plastic too.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. Not bad. Okay.
Older.
Yeah, a little older. What? A party, music event, or clubbing. Okay. Now you're building a castle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See a fight. See a fight happening. Wrestling and overpowering, forcing himself on her. Okay. Okay. So you're thinking sexual assault too? Sense or see something being thrown or shot in a general direction of her face and head. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Shovel. Yeah. Justin or Justine. Missing for months. Okay. Raped and killed by the pervert. Okay. A little bit of castle building going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Donate, donut or ring-shaped object. Okay.
The lampshade at the very top would have been the bedroom. It's kind of very generalized shapes here. The irregular shape on the left-hand side at the bottom might have been clothes lying on the floor. Then, the cupboard, the chest of drawers might have been the room, the bedroom.
Yeah.
There's definitely a structure of some sort that I was picking up on.
Okay. Chest of drawers. Oops. Okay. Steering wheel. Victim's body in 3 locations. One was in a living room of a house. Good. One in a forested area. Yellow-brown autumn leaves strewn on the floor. Good. One close to a cement structure in a yard. Maybe the perp's backyard. Okay. And then you buried her next to the wall. Okay. Season fall. You're right about that.
Okay.
Early hours of the morning. 2018. November. Okay. All right.
Do we know what they did earlier that evening?
I don't. I feel like they went out to eat though. I kind of feel like she told me that they had gone out to eat.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think they had been to a party or something, like a club or something, but I do feel like they had gone out to eat. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. He's got the coolest sketches. All right. Made him a little bit older. Okay. Male partner. Stocky, belly, 40s. Lost hair since they met. Probably got his head shaved in jail. I don't know. Cool, calm, summer night. Caroline, okay. In the mud. I saw and heard a large carving knife being sharpened. Okay, good.
But if he used a knife, he could have sharpened it before he did that.
Yeah. I'm not going to sleep tonight now. All right. Proud, defiant, stubborn. Her way. Feel the victim was proud. Okay. Arguing. Hits her on the head from behind. Okay. Interesting. So you're also getting like a domestic sort of situation too. Less deliberate and much faster approach on my part to see what would happen if I wrote a story as quickly as possible. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Well, I think the very end sentence, if I see what would happen if I wrote a story as quickly as possible. It became a story. It became a story for you a little bit. Okay. But the knife part is good. You got the knife part. That part is probably right on. Okay. All right.
It is very tedious having to go through these sessions. They take a really long time, don't they?
Yeah. I'm going to Karina, and then I'm going to try to take a quick look at that case. Karina, did you give me a summary? No. Okay.
That looks like it's page 7.
6.
Karina, you're muted.
5. 4.
Is it all backwards? Sorry, I was muted.
3. You didn't give me you didn't happen to give me a summary, did you?
Oops. Oh, wow.
That's your assignment, to give me a summary.
Well, this is a summary. I've condensed it down to bullet points.
Usually
it's normally 15 pages. It's now 7. Well.
Okay. Is this where?
The perp, I mean, he had long hair, so maybe I morphed him.
So you do me a favor. Give me a summary. Give me a summary of what did you think? Just remembering what you.
Well, yeah, the bedroom came up and the whole husband. I think I wrote husband. I mean, yeah, the whole domestic and violent, and I saw all the hands like that, defending herself.
Okay.
So
How did you see the guy?
His description, so that was the who, right at the beginning, big wide eyes. Sort of, I wrote, he'd had a nose that could have been straightened, like there's something on the hip bridge or something had happened. Slightly uneven mouth. Feels that the mouth or lips were a bit droopy on one side, open. Hair felt sort of rough texture, bushy. Eyebrows, chiseled chin, I wrote. Ears protrude, but they didn't really. Well, all about the throat and the head, and I mean, I got all that, yeah.
About the throat and the head?
Yeah, and the kind of the stalky, the husband, or whatever, yeah. You'd have to look for it. I mean, I can't read it all, but that's basically.
Okay.
Oh.
Did you get any kind of a weapon?
I think I wrote something about something long and maybe metal, I don't know. Somewhere I wrote something like that, unless it was the other one. Somewhere. It'd be the what? Sorry, where would we be in it? Yeah. The what? Oh. Describe the crime. Arms are everywhere, yeah, thrashing out. Somewhere about something long.
Okay. The scene was terrifying. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Bedroom. Okay. Maybe 2 locations.
Yeah, definitely. Always the underdog abuse, you know, like she was always the one that seemed relevant. The hands seemed relevant, yeah. Strong and gripping throat, neck, liquid, yuck, I wrote, yeah. For some reason the head keeps coming back to mind, I wrote, as if detached almost, you know. Anyway, and then I put an AOL fork. But he really had to, it feels as though she really had to defend herself, arms appear extended out front. Why? Motive, something about stopping them talking, they like to control, forever taunting. What was the reason? Because they hated them, battered often, indifferent, refused to cooperate. What other things? Radical, sort. Oh, that maybe they sought advice, the victim. Feels as if a marriage collapsed or something in the lady's life or death collapsed. Suffered lots, spite and spitefulness. The perp just walked away calmly, murderous behavior. Favored somebody else, I wrote. And I had something about being out in the street, so it was a bit confusing. Here, street, I wrote. The scene was terrifying. For some reason, the street came back in, appeared. Also something about the bushes.
Okay.
Bedroom, I wrote here, yeah, on page 7, it says bedroom, and then I wrote possible AOL, because I was kind of, you know, not there. So
Okay.
anyway, I wrote bedroom, yeah. But I was editing about a car. Stopped the car and reversed. Oh, and that people were looking everywhere, and they seemed like they had clipboards of things in their hands, like assessing the scene. Maybe it was the after thing, of, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, timing, I put 11 o'clock came to mind, noon and 2 o'clock. Feels as if there were 3 timelines relevant or important. And then number 3. See some of the time as if something happened earlier and then something changed a bit later that was relevant.
Okay.
And I put 7 and 8 years, so it felt to me a while back too. And 8s kept coming up.
8. Okay.
8s, yeah. 7 and 8s. What else? Concentrating on the point.
Okay.
That's about it. I think I kind of there. I ran off a bit here and there, I think, but then maybe, you know, we don't know, some of it could be relevant.
Right.
Or not. But the head, yeah, I write that. I mean, I keep going on about her head.
Okay.
Horrid, I wrote next to it. Couldn't defend themselves. Scissors came to mind for some reason.
Yep.
Housewife, I don't know. Husband.
Okay.
Yeah. A few things that don't seem relevant. Battered often as if she was abused a lot.
Yes.
That sort of a thing. We can move on now.
Okay, you got some good stuff in there, though.
Yeah, I needed
really
7 pages. I tried to just keep concentrating and asking what was relevant, significant, important information. If I keep doing that, I'm trying, but you know, there's always the things, isn't there?
Yeah.
We go off on one.
No, you got some good stuff in there. Okay.
Thank you. I think everyone got a lot. We all did different things, you know.
You got different things. Yep.
That's it.
All right. How are you guys feeling? Are you guys hanging in there?
Fantastic.
Yeah. One just thing before we start on the other, just because I found, somebody said it earlier, but after doing the other case, the one that you sent us, the optional one.
Yeah.
I felt, I mean, I haven't felt like that in a year, probably. I was really not, I had a really bad head and tension, I guess. I don't know, I was out of sorts, felt really not well, almost low, and just kind of emotions here and there. I thought, what is wrong? And it took me until the next day to get all the stiffness from my neck and head.
Wow.
So it really, and then on one of my.
Don't tell me, don't get me front loaded now.
No. It's about a remote viewing. My
Okay.
phone beat soon afterwards on a WhatsApp remote viewing group, and somebody said, "Does anybody know about taking vitamin B when you're doing sort of psychic or remote viewing work?" And I thought to myself, "Wow!" And then like 20 other people said they take it.
Yes.
And it's really important. And I used to take it years ago, and I'm like, "Wow!" And it came just really weird the way my phone beat with all that kicking off 20, 30 people on this thing about.
Sorry, did you say B for Bravo or D for Delta?
No, B for brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I do a lot of B12.
I'm B12 deficient. I've got pernicious anemia, and I have injections every single day for it. It nearly killed me a few years ago.
Oh gosh, wow.
So let me address this real quick.
Yeah.
And then we'll move on. But so they did, my mentor, the Bevy, who trained me, they did some studies, and it's I wish they would replicate them now, because this was 20 years ago. But they took a blood sample from a person. I think it was just a psychic, and then she did like an hour reading, and then they took another blood sample after, and they found that her vitamin B levels had dropped.
Oh, wow.
Potassium levels had dropped, and it was vitamin B, potassium, and her blood sugar. So those three things had dropped after doing an hour's worth of intuitive work. So the theory is that you need to keep replenishing if you're doing a lot of psychic work. So replenish those vitamins, B's, potassiums, and
B what?
balance out your sugar.
B12.
So I do a multi-B vitamin. I do
get a complex.
Yeah, complex.
If you're taking a complex, you should take it 4 months on and 2 months off, because too much B6 is toxic. And also, if you're taking any sort of vitamin B, it lowers your potassium. So you have to up. If you take B12, you have to up your potassium intake. Otherwise, you get something called hypocasis. I can't pronounce it properly, but basically, that in itself can be fatal. So you have to, if you take any sort of B vitamin, but specifically B12, you should make sure you have a high potassium diet. And if you're taking B vitamin, you should also make sure your folic or folate range is good, because otherwise you don't absorb the B12 properly.
Right. Yeah.
So is it good to take
what were
both
the
then, if you're taking take a bit of B, or just take one of the Bs and then a bit of potassium? Or
you should have a high potassium diet, and you should take a complex. But if you're taking a complex with B6 in it, then you should do it 4 months on. 4 months you take the vitamin, and then you take a 2-month break, and then 4 months back on again.
Interesting.
I'm gonna have to look
And
into
what
it.
were the symptoms, Tasha, of that one thing you
B12 deficiency. I actually have pernicious anemia, but it's the same thing. But I can't absorb B12, so I have to have injections. I can take vitamins until the cows come home, and I'll just get a really high blood rating, but I can't process it. My symptom, there's lots of symptoms, but I've got nerve damage in my feet and hands because I got really, really low. I was exhausted. I slept 20, and it creeps up on you. I was just, every day life was just that little bit harder. I was just tired, and it was just that little bit harder until I got to a point where I was sleeping 22 hours a day for 6 weeks. I was freezing. I had exhaustion, hypothermia caused by it. My memory, they actually initially thought I had early onset Parkinson's, because you get a type of dementia, you forget things, and it starts off as silly, like you forget your words when you're talking, and gradually, as I said, it sneaks up on you. You know, you just can't remember, what are those things that like all the celebrities wear on their feet that are like boots with sheepskin, and you can describe it, but you just can't think the word, and it's like, oh yeah, Uggs. And then gradually everything just becomes overwhelming. Like I couldn't handle my school kids newsletter it was like an A4 page with like different things, and I couldn't cope with it. It was just too much information, and it was overwhelming, and I couldn't cope with social media because it felt like I was being bombarded. And you do actually, in lots of ways, feel like you're losing your mind, even though you know you're not.
Like overload.
Yeah, it's just everything is overwhelming. You get very depressed. You can get suicidal. You get
Wow.
you see things. Well, I actually had a really funny conversation with my doctor because I went in for mine. The thing that did it for me was that I was exhausted and I was just so cold. And I had a headache that felt like my skull was getting crushed. It's known as the B12 headache. You get brain fog and all sorts of things. Lots of people with MS or dementia, fibromyalgia, they actually all are B12 deficient. And I had a really funny conversation with my doctor because when she got my blood results back, I got summoned to the doctor's surgery and I got the Spanish Inquisition because basically she could have sectioned me because my results were so low. And when they're that low, you can, you're generally a suicidal risk. I wasn't personally, but most people are. And you are known to hallucinate. So she was asking me, do you see anything that is not really there? And I'm like, well, aside from, dead people and stuff like that, but no, obviously I didn't want to go. I knew where I was going and I just said no. And it took me 2 years of injections and a whole regime. I take 18 tablets a day to get like, even then I'm not totally healed, but I'm functioning relatively normally now. But it's considered to be, they think this will be like ignoring COVID, of course, it will be like the scandal of this age that so many people are B12 deficient, and it even affects your DNA. It affects you neurologically, physiologically, right down to your DNA. It affects everything, and it's so under sort of talked about. So if anyone's interested in it, it's a book called Could It Be B12? There's a pediatric version and there's an adult version. But I'll stop talking now.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to rush you. I'm just like, we got to go.
If you could post the link to that, that would be great.
Yeah, if you want to drop the link up there on the thing, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we'll do.
Thank you. Okay. I'm not going to be able to obviously give you guys feedback tonight, but I am going to just take a quick look myself because I haven't had a chance to sit with him and I've been feeling bad about that. But I can't remember if his name was Brett or Brent or something similar, but I'm going to call him Brett. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to talk you guys through my process just for a little bit, and then I'm not going to do a long session on him. I'm going to spend about 15, 20 minutes. That's it. But just to show you how I typically approach. I always pick a photo that resonates for me. So the first thing I do is pick one of the photos that I feel resonates for me. And for me, it's going to be this one. Okay. I typically would start with dead or alive because that's just typically what I would normally do. We know that he's not alive, but I'm going to still go through that process just because that's what I like to do. If I were to take myself to him at the time of his murder or his death, I'm going to, and I'm assuming it's a murder. I don't even know that. So I'm going to back off of that statement. I actually don't know for sure what happened to him. So it could be anything. So I'm going to back off of that statement and just go to him around the time of his death and see what I get. So moving my consciousness to him at his time of death. Okay. Okay. Let me get this. Okay, so so the immediate impression for me is impact to my chest. So my immediate is impact. Okay. So I'll just tell you what I'm getting. You know, God, I hope I'm not making up a story, but I have a visual, I have a weird visual of him on his back doing what I call the crab walk, like trying to scoot away from somebody or get away from somebody. So I feel like he's on his back, but he's doing this crab walk. When I check his body, for injury, because I definitely felt impact in this area, heart area. So I'll tell you guys exactly what I see, because I'm interpreting and I don't want to do that. So, I mean, when I first tuned into him, I felt like somebody had a gun. I felt like he might have been shot from a distance because I felt that impact. And then immediately I saw more of a close range situation where he was on his back and somebody was closer to him. So that's what I saw. I'm not going to try to interpret what that means.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can see who we have. I hear a car. I hear a car speeding away from the scene or something. I get a name. Joey. I'm just going to go on into the motive before I try to describe. Well, first off, I'm going to try to see how many people are in the car, because I feel like there's one shooter. But who's in the car? How many people? I keep seeing a sidewalk over and over and over. All right. And the vehicle that I see speeding away is dark. I think it's a truck. It's black. It's black or dark colored. I actually don't think shooter is the driver. So I think there's two people at least. Because I feel like he jumps in the passenger side of the vehicle. You hear loud music. I hear 3 shots, pop, 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 like that. Pop, pop, pop. 3 shots. Motive. Definitely feels money related to me. Feels money related. Or like, you know, like a drug deal gone bad or money thing, or I don't know. Trying to see how well he knows Vic, the shooter. I think he knows the shooter. I think he's, I think it's somebody he's sort of afraid of or intimidated by. So I don't feel like he's totally surprised. I feel him talking to, I feel like this guy says something to him. Want to know what he said? I feel like he said something like, I told you I would fuck you up. That's what he said. And let me see if I can get the guy. Okay, shooter. It's my least favorite part. Gotta go for the hair. Gotta go for the hair. Okay. I'll be fine if I just get the hair. All right. All right. I kind of feel like the guy had some sort of a beanie or some sort of cap or something on his head. All right. Um, okay, well, he's a male. Let me get a male. Um, so I'm morphing between two different people, which is why I'm struggling. I'm definitely morphing two different people back and forth between two different people. So, so show me a shooter. Okay. So I get two very, very different people, and I actually, to be honest with you, don't know which one's the shooter. So one of these guys is, he's got darker hair, dark eyes, olive skin. He seems on the more short and heavy side, so he's round. I just get him as a little bit shorter and rounder. I see him wearing like a football jersey, and I think he's wearing jeans and a football jersey. He looks Hispanic, but I don't want to say for sure. And then there's another guy who's like taller, thinner, lighter hair. And that guy, feels more like a personal friend to him. More like a peer or somebody he would be friends with, or somebody connected to him. At first I wanted to say he was blonde. I'm not positive about that, but I keep getting like this light colored. It's either curly or spiky on top or something. I'm starting to think that's the driver and not the shooter. Yeah, I'm just confused about the two different guys. And again, the motive seems to be money related, but also some sort of an argument or some sort of a grudge or some sort of revenge thing or something along those lines. I feel like the guy who shot him hadn't liked him for some time. Almost like looking for him to mess up, have an excuse to kill him or something. So my review, this again, of course, this is not what I would give the detective, because this is such a quick little peek at. This is just, for me, this is basically a touchdown. Just touching down to just get a feel for what the heck is going on here. This is by no means a nice, full read on the situation. But, you know, I keep feeling like I'm in an outdoor location. I keep feeling like I see a sidewalk. I don't know what's beyond that. I don't know if it's a residence or a park, or I just get grass on this side of the sidewalk. So I keep feeling like it's either a park or there's a residence over there, I'm not sure. I was trying to see if it's daytime or dark. I actually kind of thought it was daylight. I thought it was light enough that it didn't feel dark to me. And the reason is because I saw that dark vehicle. I saw those guys drive away in that dark vehicle with music blaring. Feels like daylight to me. And some sort of money or drug deal gone bad, or some sort of revenge type thing, grudge thing. Two guys. Like I said, I heard the name Joey. And I forgot what else I was going to say. So I heard the 3 shots. I heard the 3 shots. Pop, pop, pop. All right, that's it. I got it. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Well done.
Just wow. If that's just a touchdown, just wow.
Very good.
Well, it doesn't mean it's right.
It's just good to see you asking yourself the questions. That's what I was listening to, is like the way your mind was working and the questions you were asking yourself as you went along. You know, like, I might not be able to determine there were 2 people there, or I might think there were 2, but I couldn't determine between the 2. And you're like, show me the shooter. You know, like, it seems basic, but just that's what stood out for me.
Yeah, yeah.
So are you going to, are you putting a report together then? I mean, are you going to look at what we did or what happened?
Yeah, so what I'll do then is go in and look at your sessions and see what you guys collectively, what you guys came up with. And then I'll write up some sort of a summary or something.
I wrote down everything you said. Do you want me to type it out? Oh, you have it on recording, I guess.
Oh, that's true. Oh, cool.
But I have it written out if you want
Yeah,
me to type
so
it.
far I'm just emailing you the photos of what I've written.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's great.
I didn't do this assignment, but I was following along with you, and I actually saw the not heavy set, but more like a square built, caramely colored, round faced man as well as the shooter. Could be, I thought he was Hispanic as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I did an assignment, so I was just kind of following along, and you would ask a question and I would kind of do it in my own head.
Good, yes.
Fun. That was good. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I
The
show
last
you
thing
the photo? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, just real quick. The last thing that I wrote, that I wrote down on my paper but didn't put it on there. For some reason, I guess I was in the killer's shoes, because I felt this anger, this rage towards this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was weird. And I started typing it, but then I said, I'm not gonna type it in there because that's maybe just me, but I have no reason to
Of
hate
course,
the
'cause
guy.
you're gonna push it away. Yeah.
But I did get that I just didn't like him.
Yeah.
Are we
I
going to
didn't
front
like
load
him.
you, Pam? I mean, you don't want to know what we saw
That's
yet,
true
do
though.
you?
That's what I was getting, is that he did not like this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was some kind of cocky little shit like that.
Yeah, I feel like he was just waiting for him to mess up so he'd have an excuse.
Yeah.
Or something. Like he'd
Do
hate
you,
for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so when you're seeing them, like you're describing the hair and stuff, are you seeing their whole face?
No.
Like if I show you, okay, you're seeing parts.
And what's interesting is I never saw a face on either one of them.
Okay.
Actually, I saw the clothes. I was seeing the
So-
clothes more clearly on
So
on the guy.
the dream that I had that I put them in both of these cases. I had a dream that describes the football jersey and everything. And in the dream, I'm shouting out details of the person going after me. So I know, and I had asked to get information about that case the night before, and I woke up with a very detailed bits, but I don't know that it is this. But the football jersey was a really big part of the outfit.
Oh, weird.
And it was number 37 on it.
It was
and like
white.
a white.
Oh, interesting. It was white. The jersey was white, but I don't know what.
Yeah, so was mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
and
know.
it had the number 37.
Oh, wow.
And the guy was, I wrote it in the notes. I had a specific height to him. He had glasses on. He was very athletic.
So Pam,
Yeah.
the next
But
time,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
the next
Well,
time back to visit this, what is your process? Do you go back to each one of those places that you touched down?
Yeah. So then I just spend more time sussing that out and trying to get more details. Because like the fact that, so there's a lot of holes for me. So I got the basic idea, but I didn't describe the weapon. I didn't describe the location as well as I would wanted to. I would probably ask more about if there was anybody else around, or was it quiet, or was there activity on the streets, or what was the situation like at the time. The other holes that I feel like I'm missing would be a better grip on their faces on the two different guys. The vehicle came in pretty good, but I would probably work on the license plate or work on the make and model of that vehicle.
So if they ask for, I think it was motive that they wanted, and
I don't know, I'm assuming that's what they're after, because they know they have the body. I'm assuming, I made the assumption that's what they were after.
do you, so if somebody specifies, we want motive and we want the perpetrators, do you still give them all of that other stuff, or do you just focus in on what they want?
I would still give them all of that stuff because it's pertinent to the situation.
Okay.
It's not extraneous. It's like, if I can describe the scene of the murder and they know that that's correct, then that's going to give them confidence too.
Okay, that makes sense.
So for me, I mean, I don't have to go into a great deal of stuff about the location, but just enough to understand it and describe it so that they would say, yeah, she's on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you zoom out on those photos a little bit? Just back up a little so we can see the other ones. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I didn't like, this one, he's not looking at the camera. This one, he's still looking off. Some people might want to use that one. This one not looking. I love this one because he's looking forward and I can really dig into his eyes. That's why I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys may connect to a different picture completely. Everybody might have their own that they connect to differently.
I use the blue photo too.
Yeah.
Yes, so did
Yeah,
I.
me too.
It's more, to me, it's more present and real. Like it's just, there's something present and real about it.
Yeah.
I thought there were drugs involved as well.
You thought what?
There were drugs involved, drug related.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I got that, but then I didn't put it down.
Yeah.
I got like a gang thing, even though I didn't really think it was like a street gang.
That's exactly what I got, Dina.
I got that. I was kind of thinking that, but then I didn't go all into it. Yeah.
Not like an organized gang, almost like they were their own kind of like little gang.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And something to do with drugs and money and they just, you know, this kid, it was almost like I don't know. I'm not gonna say more because I'm just gonna screw up Pam my own thoughts. So I'm gonna do that.
Well, it's good. Go ahead. I mean, I
just felt like, you know, I thought that the killer, the shooter, I thought he thought this kid, the reason why I didn't like him is he thought he was like a cocky little young thing. You know, I got this feeling that it was more just like, yeah, like he didn't fit in well in some ways, you know, or there was something like that. But
yeah, I would agree. I would definitely agree.
Bridges are just, you know, kind of naive, but playing the role, you know, like something like that. And it's a shame.
Yeah.
I hate seeing young kids like this killed.
I know.
So I got 2 also, and my description matched your description, Pam.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Mine sort of did as well.
Yeah, I didn't get the driver, but I did get the shooter the same way.
Yeah, I got 2 people too.
Oh, good. Good, you guys are making me feel better. Okay.
Will we get to see what you hand in or not?
Say it again.
Will we be able to see what you handed in after you kind of collaborate on everything? Or
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can do that. I can share it as like a Word doc. That's what I love about Google Classrooms is I can share Word docs and different documents and stuff with you guys. So I can do that.
I've got I want to throw a stone in the bush.
Okay.
And it's only because what
got
I noticed.
A woman. Did you get a woman? No.
I didn't do this session, but
Okay.
Only because of what I noticed with the previous case that we worked on. Some people I picked up what other people picked up, and they picked up what I picked up, and so I wonder if we're in each other's mental space.
Definitely. I mean, it definitely can happen.
Reading, I thought, are we too much in your space? And I almost wanted to kind of totally be neutral when you were reading. I felt like just me focusing on you is making it more difficult for you.
Oh, interesting. Because I'm so used to doing it that I don't know if that's an issue. But like you said, if people are holding some vision in their head and go, I hope she says 2 guys, maybe that could influence me.
Yeah, but I suppose then
it's definitely possible.
It all boils down to how strong you hold your intention, and you're quite efficient with it by this stage. So
yeah. Yeah, I tend to hold my intention pretty strong, but yeah, there's definitely always a possibility of, and I did it on one of my There Are No Secrets episodes where I'm describing somebody, but the person I'm talking to, she really, really wants me to be describing somebody else because she was really emotionally attached to a different suspect. And so sure enough, I jump over and start describing aspects of that person because she was so hyper focused on that person. So in that case, I think it was more likely to happen because she had a very specific person in mind that she was focused on instead of just a random whatever you guys happen to be thinking. Does that make sense?
It does, yep.
So what's the likelihood of like you asking the question when you said, show me the shooter, and I instantly got an image of the shooter and then you described it? Is that like something like we're hooked into something together, or like I
think, you know,
the shooter and then you described it?
Right. I mean, it's possible. It's definitely possible.
Uh-huh.
But I've also had other people say that, you know, as I was walking or talking through a session, even if I wasn't doing the monitoring, if I had somebody else asking me questions, they were still going along with it and they were still getting a lot of similar things by going along with it. So yeah, is there a mind meld going on, or are they just, you know, Stefan likes to say he thinks I opened up some sort of portal and everybody else can look through the window because I opened up the portal. I don't know.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a chicken and the egg thing. Like, to be the devil's advocate, maybe that actually is the shooter and all of us are tapping into it. So you've got this power in numbers being correct.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. You know, you do tap into one another.
It's true.
I always felt as though you were monitoring me, you know, like you would ask the question, my psyche would bring it in, and then you would describe it. And I felt like you were being my monitor in a way. But, you know, who knows? Maybe we're hooked into each other's crowns. Who knows?
Maybe.
Nobody knows.
We won't know until we get feedback from the detective.
How likely is that to happen?
I don't know this particular detective, but it sounds like they're keen for help. So we'll see.
Nice.
Is this a recent thing? And do they know where they found him and all that? Or do you know where they found him?
I know nothing. I know nothing.
I'll tell you that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't even know if I know nothing. And that's the way I prefer it.
Quite frankly, if I've got a couple of things that you've got, I'm well chuffed. That's all I need to know.
Yeah. So I'll try to get some feedback on what they actually do know. And keep you guys in the loop. But put together, I'll look at your sessions and pull it together and write something up, and I'll share it with you.
I have a quick question. Did they ever find the guy in Chicago that got lost in the park?
No.
Remember that session? Everybody got one thing and I'm the only one that got something else, me and you.
They have not found him yet.
I wonder what happened to that guy. Okay.
A lot of people think he's not dead, that he's out there somewhere.
A lot of people think he's not dead. I think I was the only one that thought he was dead.
Did you get any further with the guy that was looking for the trail and the weather was coming and he thought I had hypothermia?
No, they have called off the search for the foreseeable future.
Oh.
So
it's really bad weather out here right now.
Yeah, too much snow.
Yeah, a lot of
They
snow.
know it's going to be a spring, you know, they're assuming it's going to be a springtime recovery is what they're saying.
That's got to be so tough.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's nothing you can do about it. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. I have some of those cases where they're seasonal. I have a case in Alaska where it's seasonal. We were racing, most of them we know we're racing against the clock. We know that we're trying to beat the snow, and we know that we only have a certain amount of time before we lose several months. So that's part of the process. Okay, I told you guys until 9 and it's 8:30.
Well, we did better this week.
We did better. We did better. But I am gonna stop talking now and tell you guys good night. So we will be here next weekend. Next week, Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving, if you guys make it. Somebody had asked me about December, what my plans were for December. And what I typically try to do is a short month. So I do like the 1st to the 15th, stop on the 15th, give you guys the rest of the month off to have your holidays, and then we reconvene in January. I don't like to give the whole month off. I've done it before where I gave the whole month off, and then it seemed like a long time and people got rusty and it just seemed like too long. So I've built it to be like 2 weeks. So we go for the first 2 weeks, and then I give you guys the rest of the month off.
What course is that for?
For this class, the advanced, or yeah, you guys are advanced.
Is that for all the classes though? I mean, is that for the CRV and the tools class and stuff? The
Yeah,
half.
I think so. I think that's what I'm going to do for all of them. Yeah. Maybe the
Pam?
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
Pam, I was wondering if one of the classes, either the last class this month or next month, if you could maybe monitor us and see what happens.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
I think it was so helpful that my thinking mind didn't have to think of the questions or lead. And
Yep.
then if those questions or commands were posed, that might kind of free us from the thinking mind so much.
Definitely.
I think that would be helpful and interesting to see what happens.
Yep. I've done it before, and I would be happy to do it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
So sorry, can I just clarify? So this one we're on at the moment, this ends in November or it continues in December?
Continued in, you guys can continue as long as you want in this class. We are going to, it's always a month-to-month class, so we will stop at the end of November. If you want to continue, I'm going to teach in December, but it's only going to be for 2 weeks.
And then it'll be after.
It'll be a separate sign up.
We'll be back in January.
Yeah, then we'll be back in January.
So do
Okay.
we sign up for December, for the Thursday class in December? If we want to keep going?
The Wednesday class in December.
Wednesday. I knew today was Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday. I
It's
know.
not for me. It's Thursday.
Oriented.
It has been that kind of month, I know.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Sounds great. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, guys.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Class.
Yeah, thanks, Pam.
Okay.